Hey guys, welcome to J3 Technology. Today we brought some new product for you. We are playing the video for you, the demonstration, how it functions, what is the features of this system. The Rodent system. Now everybody knows what is the Rodent system. Basically, it is used everywhere in the data center, big godowns, big hospitals, canteens, many places is going to install this system. The purpose of the system is that where there is a rat, this system is going to be installed over there. After installing, not able to find any rats in that premises. If some premises have lots of rats and entire building has a lots of rats and you don't have any solution, so we have launched this new solution for that. Is a Rodent Repellent, which not allows the rodent to penetrate inside your premises. Now I will tell you some basic feature of this product. This is our model J3 technology, and its model is BHFF-V2. Basically, it panel is come along with 24 transistor. It supports up to 24 transistor. Now this you can connect up to 24 transistor in one panel, and if you connect by looping, the one panel can cover up to area 7,600 square feet. And if you connect with the dedicatedly, I will in upcoming video I will show what is dedicatedly and what is looping. If you connect dedicatedly the transistor, then the area will cover by the entire panel with the one side is 6,000 square feet. As I explained you that in one panel you can connect up to 24 transistor, and per transistor, each and every transistor send ultrasonic waves that is in 20 gigahertz to 60 gigahertz, which is not harmful to the human being. So, and one transistor cover area above ceiling is 150 square feet, and below ceiling is 300 square feet, and below false floor again 150 square feet. The area covered by per transistor. So according to your area, you have to design according to how much transistor is going to be installed in your area. And again, there is four type of bandwidth. There are four types of bandwidth, wave speed and wave density. By pressing, I can show you how it is set in the auto mode. The panel is by default in the auto mode, and in auto mode the wave speed is 115, wave density is 80, and band A time, band B time, band C, and band D time. Band A time is 1 minute, band B time is 2 minutes, band C time is 3 minutes, band D time is 2 minutes. So this is by default is already set in auto mode. As you see in the display, the running display, you can see that the wave speed is 115, band A time is 2 minutes. So this is set by default. You can change it manually. Now again this panel you can connect to the BMS system. We have our own software which is CRMS, which you can connect dedicatedly, and you connect to the PC. Which is purely our own property, which you can connect to the CML software. Again, if you want to connect the system with the third party, that is Modbus RTU, you can set the same in this panel. Like this our panel with the third party BMS also. Even we have our own software CMRS. You can connect n number of devices with our software, and you can check you can read each and every bandwidth, the frequency of the panel in our software. Even you can connect the same in the Modbus RTU. I can show you how to connect. Just you press the menu button. Just you have to press menu. Just you will ask the password. Password again press menu. Just password is 9. 4 times 9. Enter. Now the password is okay. This way you can go inside the menu by pressing menu. Just to press the menu, just you have to go to the system setup. Just enter. you can see the set CRM software. If you are using CRM software, you have to give the ID of to each and every panel, like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are using Modbus, then you have to go. To the RS set to for RS45. Just you press the enter. Now it is in Modbus or CRMS. This two option will become. Now which one you want to use? Just you give the. If you want to use Modbus, just you click on Modbus. Just press a menu button. Now the system will be on the, by default it will be on the Modbus mode now. Just you have to press menu back. Now you can see that in the display it will show panels connect to the Modbus. Now you can see that the Modbus ID on the display. Now the current panel is working on not CMRS. Now it is working on Modbus. The by default Modbus ID is 001. You can set up to 255. You can connect panel up to 255 in one CRMS as well as Modbus. And currently the panel is running in auto mode. Okay. To test the transducer, because many of customer call us that how to test the transducer is working or not. How we will come to know that transducer working? Because if you install the transducer in 6,000 square feet and each and every cabin, so and above the false ceiling, but you don't know it's working or not. Just it is a simple process. Just you have to press the menu button 3 times or 4 times. Just 1, 2. This you touch setup 3 and 4. See. Just you have to press the menu button 4 times. The transducer will start buzzing. You can see the sound coming from the transducer. So around the 6,000 area or 7,000 area, you can go around and check individual transducer whether the sound is coming or not. If the sound is coming, then the connection is okay. If sound is not coming, then you have to check the connection, whether the connection is done properly or it is disconnected or the wire is cut from somewhere else. You have to need to cross check if the entire wiring of the transducer. Okay, so this is a simple method how you can check the 24 transducer by pressing the menu button 4 times. You can audible the sound from the transducer. Just you have to press the exit. Now the sound will go off. See, now the sound is go off, but the still transducer is working. It is an ultrasonic waves which a human being cannot be able to hear, but the pest rat they can able to hear this sound and the frequency. Okay, so I have tell you the testing how to test the transducer, because many of our customers has inquiry regarding the transducer how it works. And again I have explained you that per transducer the coverage area. The per transducer cover area is above ceiling 150 square feet, below ceiling 300 square feet, below false floor 150 square feet. So this area is covered by per transducer. According to that you can calculate how much in your area how much transducer is required. And one more important thing is that suppose in a small cabin or a small room, if you have installed one transducer, then in next room again you have to install another transducer, because the frequency not travel from the frequency not cross from one room to another room, or even if you have a curtains also in between that, then also it will not travel from one end to another, and you need one more transducer to that beyond that end. And again, if you have a storage rack, the height is above the 3 feet, and if it's below the 3 feet, then it's okay, it can cover to that beyond that storage rack. But if the storage rack is height beyond the 3 feet, then again you have to install one more transducer beyond that storage rack. So the number of storage rack, you have to put number of transducers. So this is the basic thing that I have explained to you, and I have already explained you how to access the menu by putting the password. Just you need to press the menu button. Again, just you have to put a touch button. Again pressing the arrow, it will ask the password. The password by default password just you have to press it again menu. The default password is 9, 4 times 9. Enter 9, enter 9. Menu 9. Now we have gone inside the menu. Now I have gone to inside the menu by putting the password. Now I am setting the what is the parameter setup. I will explain you. Just to go to the parameter setup, just the menu, just press the menu button. Now it will ask the mode, auto mode and manual mode. Now by default the system is in auto mode. Just I press, you can see the system is, the parameter setup is on the mode of auto. You can set to manual also, but we suggest major of them all client that the system should be always in auto mode. You will get good result in auto mode. In manual mode, then again you have to keep on changing the settings. So this will not good practice. We suggest always to our client that the panel should be on the auto mode only. If I will show you the how to set in manual mode also. I will just again password 9. Okay. Menu button, the parameter setup, enter. Now I got to the manual mode. I press the menu button. Now the default. Now it is gone to the manual mode. Now the panel is working on manual mode, not on the auto mode. Now I can set the wave density according to, if you want to change, you can change, but we don't suggest to customer to now go to the manual mode. But you can change your the wave speed density. It is by default is 115. You can set to 75, 95. This is the three parameter. 95, 75, 115. Okay, we keep by default 115 only. It is a wave speed. Again, bands and density menu. By default this is 100. You can set up to 3, 70, 80, 90, 100. Just you can check 70, 80, 90, 100. For wave density you can set according to, if you according to your requirement. But we again suggest panel should be working. You will get very good result in auto mode, not in manual mode. So don't change any parameter. If you have special any requirement, in that case you can do it. If still the rat is coming and you are not getting the result, that time you can change this requirement. Now you can check the band A time. Band A time by default is 2 minutes. You can set up to 10 minutes also. See, you can check, it is up to 10 minutes, maximum 10 minutes. From 1 to 10, you can change. Enter, you exit. Again, band B is 2 minutes. Again, band C 3 minutes. Band D is 2 minutes. All times are set. In manual mode, if you change this band times, in that it will change according to your timing. You have set time, the frequency will be changed according to. You can like frequency from band A. Just I will explain you for band A time that the frequency will be 20 to 50 gigahertz. Band B time it will be 30 to 60 gigahertz. Band 3 times 27 to 50 gigahertz. Band 3 time 24 to 61 gigahertz. That the gigahertz will be the remain same, but the timing for changing to that gigahertz you can set in the manual mode. You can check. You can do setting in the manual mode. You can set the time and same band density, wave density you can change in manual mode. See, you can see the Modbus ID by default are display showing Modbus ID, and the mode is now manual. By default this is auto, but now we set in the manual. you can see in the display. As I explain you the manual mode, how to do the manual mode and how to do the setting. Suppose you want to do again the factory default setting. You want to do the one more default setting. Suppose you want whatever changes you have done, but again you want factory default setting. Just you have to press the menu button, enter password. It will pass the password. Here you can do the factory reset. Whatever you have done the changes, it will be by default to the factory reset. Again, you can change the password also according to your choice. By default password is 9999. And suppose you want to do the system should come to the factory default, just you have to go to factory reset, just press menu, just again press reset. And now the system has got reset. By default, see, you can check the CRM and the system is come to the default setting. Now guys, I can tell you the Modbus setup. You can if you want to connect to the third party system, that time you need to be Modbus setup. You have to put them you have to first set the parameter from CRMS to Modbus. You have to change that as a previous video I have explained you. Now how to set the Modbus setup? Just you have to press enter, set bound rate. Bound rate by default is 2400. You can set according to your requirement what to connect to your BMS system. So this all are the bound rates. As per your requirement you can set over here. You can check, see. Basically most of common use is 9600. This is a commonly used by every BMS system. Okay. Now again bounded, then again parity bit, just press is even parity or odd even. It's requirement up to your system. You can set according to your requirement. Stop bit is by default is 1, okay, or 2. You can set either 1 or 2 as per your requirement. Modbus ID, now you can set ID according to the number of panel you have installed. If you are installed up to 50 panel, you can put ID according to the start from 1 to up to 50, so that Modbus can able to read each and every panel individually, and you can through Modbus you can able to see the band times, wave speed and density you can able to get through the Modbus system. So guys, I will explain you the hardware of the system, how to connect the transducer. In this panel you can see the back side of this panel. Now as you can see, you can connect dedicatedly 20 transducer in this connector. Upper side 10 transducer, below 10 transducer. There 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 transducer can be connected dedicatedly and looping, and the looping connection is done as we have already done, as you can see able to see. In this connection you can connect up to 24 transducer. In this you can connect up to 24 or from 1 to 24. As per your requirement you connect, but max to maximum 24 transducer. Minimum you can connect 1, 2, 3 also, no issue. And dedicatedly also, suppose what is dedicated connection, again I will explain you. Suppose in dedicatedly connection, from each transducer each wire will come over here. In looping, the wiring will be like a looping. It will, if somebody cut in between the cable, so that the rest of the transducer will stop working. But in dedicatedly, if one wire get connected, but rest of the 20 transducers to 90 transducers are working. So it depends on the client, and as per the consultant what is their requirement. If they want dedicatedly, you have to put individual wire. That will be cost you more, because the wire quantity will be the more compared to the looping one. but most of the our client are using the looping in looping where they use this connection diagram because it will save the cost and time. Now this in hardware you can connect. I have previously explained we can connect this with the CRMS and Modbus. These are the two connector RJ. This is RJ8 connection where you can connect this to the Modbus or CRMS software. And by looping to the panel, from one panel from here to second panel it will get looped. That way it will getting the looping to each and every panel. So it can be connect to connecting each and every panel which is the looping. This connector is going to be used. This contact for Modbus for reading the Modbus CMR. This will be used. This is one more connection which is we call the dry contact. Many of them also use for the BMS connection. They can use the dry contact. So whenever the panel get off or on, they will get the signal through this dry contact. So somehow if there is a power failure, they will come to know immediately through dry contact the panel is stopped. It's not working. Last time I have explained the details of the entire panel. Now I am showing you the schematic how the panel is connected in the loop and dedicated as in previous video I have already explained you. See, you can see here the panel. We have here the panel is the Rodent panel, and from behind the looping we have done. As I previously tell you that the maximum distance from panel to the last transducer should be 200 meters. Beyond that, there will be issue of the signal and the traveling of the frequency. You can see up to 200 meters the last transducer from panel to the distance of the wire should be 200 meters max to max. Beyond that, it will not work properly. So as I tell you that from transistor to first transistor to second transistor, the distance should be 13 feet. From 10 to 13 feet, it should be maintained this way. And again, you can I have explained in previous video if some consultants or some owner want dedicated connection, so individual wire to individual transistor, you can put this way like that, as you can see. But this increase your cost of wiring, labor and everything. This will increase, but this will be the same that somehow the wire is cut. Any transistor wire is cut, but rest of the balance transistor is working. But in the looping, if the wire cut somewhere else in the between, before the wire cut the transistor is working. Beyond that, all transistor will stop working. So in this panel, you are not able to come to know the wire is get cut. So by pressing the audio test only, you will be able to come to know how many transistors are working. So you have to monthly do the practice by annual maintenance, monthly maintenance, by pressing the menu 4-time button and checking individual transistor, the audible sound is coming or not. That is the perfect way to check the transistor is working or not. If while installing the new panel and while doing the wiring for a transistor, if the wire gets short and you connect to the wire, if the wire gets short, the display will show the driver error. I will show in the panel also. If the wire gets short in between anywhere in the transistor or by connecting the wiring to the panel, and if then the display is showing the driver error, that means that the transistors will not sound or will not work. First you have to clear this error, then only the entire system will be okay. So whenever there will be a driver error on the display, so you need to check the entire wiring. There is a short somewhere in the wiring. Once it gets clear, the panel will be show the name of the Modbus. It will not show the driver error. As I explained you previously that if any wiring gets short, the display will show the driver error. Now if the system is normal, then it will simply show CRMS ID or Modbus ID. That's all, and the display will be running showing the details of the other bandwidth, band speed and everything. But if the wire gets short in between any transistor or in between the panel, I can show you practically by shorting these two wire mean up with the metal. See, now the display will show you display will show you the error. The error indication will become driver error. See, now the display, what is showing it? It is the display is blinking and showing driver error. That means the wire gets short somewhere in the transducer or while doing connection, or somebody or something is cut, wire gets short between some in the field. You have to check, and it get to be rectified as soon as possible, and the system will showing driver error, and it will not get enter in the menu also. You not able to even get enter in the menu also. You have to first clear this wiring, and after see, now I have removed the short. You will see this, the driver error has gone. Now the system is working perfectly. So when you get the short, it will again show the driver error. See, in this mode, the panel will not at all work. No transducer, not a single transducer will work. You have to clear this fault first, then only the panel will working. Now if it is showing this type of display without blinking, that means the panel is working perfectly. Thank you very much for watching J3 Technology, and kindly request you to subscribe our channel for upcoming future video. Thank you.